I never thought I'd be the kind of woman to follow a GPS pin into the dark, but that's exactly what I did the night my phone buzzed at 11:41 p.m. The message was from an unknown number. Take a flashlight. Do the right thing. Under it. A drop pin in the middle of a county park. I stared at it so long the screen dimmed, my reflection looking back at me like a stranger. Wide-eyed, jaw tight, ready to do something brave or really, really stupid. I didn't wake my husband. Because by then, I wasn't sure if my husband was the problem. For weeks, Mark had been different. Walking around like a man who didn't want to rattle the cutlery. Leaving early, coming home late, showering before touching me. He was kinder. But in that polite, distant way you reserve for houseguests. And I'll admit it, I'd been flirting with someone else. Tyler, a vendor from work. It started small. Late-night messages, inside jokes, little compliments. He made me feel seen in ways Mark hadn't lately. It was stupid, reckless, and I kept telling myself it was harmless. But once you've cracked that door, every quiet moment feels suspicious. The shovel in the garage. The bag of lime in the trunk. A padlock on the storage room. A second phone charger hidden behind the couch. My best friend told me to talk to him. I didn't. Some ugly part of me wanted proof. And when that text came, take a flashlight, I decided it was my proof. I slipped into Mark's hoodie, grabbed the good flashlight, and moved through my kitchen like a burglar. I didn't leave a note. I didn't know who I'd be writing it to. The man I married or the man I was starting to imagine. The park at night felt wrong. Silent, heavy. Only one other car in the lot. A white sedan, windows dark. I followed the pin down a narrow trail until my beam caught something in the dirt, not a bag, but a small fireproof safe. Half buried. A laminated tag caked in mud. My name. In Mark's handwriting. The safe had a keyhole and a dial. I tried my birthday. Our anniversary. Nothing. My phone buzzed. You don't need the code. And there, half buried in mud. The key. Inside. A folder of invoices from my company, all to Tyler's business. Except the payments went to a P.O. box I once used for a side project. Hotel receipts, one from a conference trip where Tyler had helped with a client dinner and I'd gone to bed early. Screenshots of our Slack messages. Not explicit, but damning enough. A black moleskine, a near copy of my own old journal, but annotated in Mark's handwriting. Expenses, Tyler, basement, hydrangeas. A small recorder. The recording started with Mark's voice. Calm. Measured. If you found this, thank you for choosing to. I could have shown you at home, but I wanted you to have the first draft before strangers wrote it. You don't need to decide anything tonight. I just want the truth. Not the version you think I can hold. And for the record. The lime and shovel? Hydrangeas. The padlock? Because the room's a mess. I felt sick. My first thought wasn't he knows. It was how dare you set a trap to be the bigger person. When I got home, Mark was at the kitchen table, a mug in front of him. He looked up. Did you listen? Yes. Did you see enough? Enough for what? To stop being scared of the wrong thing. I accused him of staging a performance. He told me he'd built a record. For counseling. For divorce. For fairness. And then he asked me to tell him everything. Not the soft version. The truth. So I did. I admitted to the messages, the dinners, the emotional line I'd crossed and danced along for months. I told him I hadn't slept with Tyler. And the truth of that felt like too small a victory. When I was done, Mark pushed a second folder toward me. This is the part one didn't leave in the woods. Inside. A credit card application in my name I hadn't filed. A reopened P.O. box I'd closed years ago. Fake email authorizations for Tyler's company to bill my employer. A photo of a woman I didn't know, taking my mail. Tyler had been using me. First for attention, then for access. When I pulled away, he started forging my name. Mark's voice was steady. You'd have defended him if I led with this. You'd have made yourself the villain to protect him. I needed you to see your part before I showed you his. We went to the police that night. The detective, a woman with a long braid and the patience of a saint, took the folder. She told us Tyler wasn't subtle. There was another safe in his trunk. By morning, Tyler was arrested. His intern had already given a statement. She'd been unknowingly helping him track my schedule. He'd promised her a promotion. In that moment, the shame shifted. Yes, I'd betrayed my marriage emotionally. But he had been building a felony case with my name as the signature. The twist came a week later. In Tyler's second safe, they found a badly photoshopped love note from me, and a velvet ring box. Not for me. For the intern. His backup plan to keep her quiet. Sometimes, I still hate Mark for making me walk into the woods and face myself. But I also know that if he hadn't, I'd still be telling myself a softer version of the truth. When I water the hydrangeas now, I think about that safe. And how sometimes, the only way to keep your story from being stolen, is to open the box yourself.